Behind closed doors in Kyiv, a quiet but potentially transformative discussion is unfolding. Ukrainian authorities are reportedly negotiating the possibility of ceding part of their territory to Russia in exchange for NATO membership or equivalent security guarantees, according to a report from the Financial Times. This marks a significant shift in Ukraine's previous commitment to reclaiming all territories lost since Russia's full-scale invasion began. The motivation behind these secret talks arises from a stark realization in Kyiv. Ukrainian forces may lack the manpower, military resources, and sustained Western backing needed to push Russian forces back to pre-1991 borders. With the battlefield deadlocked, Ukraine is exploring alternative ways to end the conflict. Details suggest a potential compromise where Moscow would maintain de facto control over roughly 20% of Ukrainian territory it currently occupies, though it wouldn't officially recognize it as part of Russia. In return, Ukraine could secure NATO membership or similar defensive assurances, a groundbreaking deal that could alter the war's course and reshape European security. This shift in strategy follows months of hints from President Volodymyr Zelensky, who in March signaled a more flexible approach. He suggested peace talks might be possible without the full restoration of Ukraine's 1991 borders, a stance once considered non-negotiable. Despite Kyiv's willingness to explore peace talks, the Kremlin remains resolute in its demands. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, speaking at a UNGA, reinforced that the issue is no longer solely about territorial integrity. He criticized the West's insistence on Kyiv's peace formula, describing it as a doomed ultimatum.
I will not talk here about the senselessness and danger of the very idea of trying to fight to victory with a nuclear power, which is Russia. No less senseless is the incantation of Kyiv's Western masters about the lack of alternative to negotiations based on the notorious peace formula. In defending this doomed ultimatum, the West shamelessly appeals to the UN Charter, demanding that the territorial integrity of Ukraine be ensured. I would like to remind, including my colleagues in the Secretariat, that the Charter is not only about territorial integrity. The very first article of the Charter proclaims the obligation to respect the principles of equality and self-determination of peoples.
Meanwhile, President Putin continues to frame the war as a defensive act against NATO's eastward expansion. This development adds complexity to an already intricate conflict. As Ukraine seeks its future through NATO, Moscow's demand for Ukrainian neutrality remains a key hurdle. The outcome of these negotiations could shape the geopolitical landscape for years to come, with both sides and their Western allies closely watching as talks continue in secrecy.